Hi friends, Teacher Laura here. It's nice to see you on this Sunday morning. I have a story to tell you before we get into our lesson video. So a long time ago, God used these people called prophets to speak for him to the Jewish people. Now what these prophets said would be written down, and those books, the things that they wrote down, were put into the Bible. They're part of the Old Testament. One of these prophets, his name was Elijah, and you can find a lot of the stories about Elijah. You can find them in the book of the Bible called 1 Kings. Now, Elijah was an ordinary man, but God used him to do extraordinary things. If God told him to do something, he would do it without asking questions. And he did that because he talked to God a lot, and he trusted God completely. Part of one of the wonderful things that happens when we talk to God is we develop a friendship with him, and we learn that he can be trusted. We can tell him all the things that are in our brain. He already knows, but when we talk to him and when we give those things to him, we get this friendship in return where we learn that God can be trusted. He is, it's pretty amazing. So the last prophet that God used to speak was a man named Malachi. Now Malachi talked about a future time that hadn't happened yet, but it gave hope to the Jewish people who were waiting for their Messiah. One of the last things that Malachi told the Jewish people was that God would send them the prophet Elijah before the day of the Lord comes. So they knew to be on the lookout for Elijah, and that Elijah would kind of prepare the way for the Messiah. So after Malachi, the Jewish people didn't hear from God anymore. They waited, and they waited, and they waited for 400 years. Can you imagine how long that would be? They were waiting for another prophet to talk to them. But then something amazing happened, and we're going to learn about it in our video.
One day, God sent an angel named Gabriel to a town in Galilee called Nazareth. The angel went to visit a young woman named Mary. She was engaged to be married to Joseph. The angel said to Mary, "Be happy. God is happy with you. He is with you." Mary was afraid and did not understand. Why would God be happy with her? She hadn't done anything special. The angel said, "Do not be afraid, Mary." He said that Mary was going to have a very special baby. The baby's name would be Jesus. "The baby will be very important," the angel said. "He will be a king." Mary asked the angel, "How can that happen?" The angel said, "God will be the father of the baby. The baby will be God's son." The angel Gabriel told Mary that her relative Elizabeth was going to have a baby, even though she was old and had never had any children. The angel said, "God can do anything." Mary said, "May everything you said happen. I am God's servant." Then the angel left. Mary hurried to Elizabeth's house. The baby in Elizabeth's belly leaped for joy. God's Spirit was with Elizabeth, and she said, "God has blessed you, Mary, and he will bless your baby too." Mary was so happy. She praised God with a song about how great he is. God was going to do big things through Jesus. God would keep his promise to bless the whole world. Mary stayed with Elizabeth about 3 months, and then she went back home. Mary wanted to do God's plan. Being Jesus' mother would be hard, but she wanted God to be praised. Jesus also brought praise to his Father. He gave up his life and died on the cross to rescue people from sin.
Friends, isn't that incredible? After 400 years of waiting, God used a woman named Mary who was young. People didn't really know her really, but he used Mary to be part of his ultimate plan. Now, you guys know the drill. It is time to do our memory verse. So why don't you stand up? I'm actually not going to stand up because if I stand up, you won't be able to see me. But I'm going to stay sitting, but I want you guys to stand up and we're going to practice the verse. And I know it might be a little repetitive, but remember, these are God's words for us. God is with us everywhere we go. He knows everything that's in our brain. He knows what we say and what we think. So when we memorize God's words, it's like we are memorizing what he is saying to us. It's really incredible, you guys. I don't want you to think that this is just something that doesn't matter. It really does matter. All right, you guys ready to do the verse? Okay, it's from 1 Timothy 1:15. Christ Jesus came into the world to save sinners. One more time, ready? Christ Jesus came into the world to save sinners. You guys are awesome. You guys did so great. Give yourself a high five, a pat on the back, whatever you want. I will see you guys next week. Bye-bye.